Hello guys and welcome to another Movie Matthew video where today I'm ranking my top 10 favourite Star Wars characters, and I'm ranking these characters from the Skywalker saga, the 9 films. So any TV series or spin-off, I won't be basing it off them, it's just off the 9 Skywalker saga films. And I'm so happy to be starting and do a Star Wars video. I love Star Wars, and I'm going to start off with my top 10 favourite characters. From the worst to the very best, guys. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it with number 10. And that number 10 is... Number 10 is Yoda. What I love about Yoda so much is he's just always so relaxed, chilled, very wise, and always in full connection with the Force. He's a Jedi Master, but you would not think he's a Jedi Master. He's the complete opposite of what you'd think a Jedi Master would look like, which is so great about him. His looks are so deceiving, and that his looks being so deceiving and him being so small leads to one of the best Star Wars moments in history, when Luke is trying to use the Force to lift the X-Wing from the Dagobah swamp, and he can't do it. She's like, you're asking me to do the impossible here, and then Yoda just lifts it up, you know, with ease. And really teaches Luke a valuable lesson in his training there. And it's such a special moment, and it's all Yoda. Yoda is in the original trilogy for a little bit, not much. He's only in one, well, he's only really in The Empire Strikes Back. And I guess that's a negative for Yoda, really, for me, is that you don't get enough of the guy. He's just gone like that, like way too soon, you know. And it's very abrupt how he just all of a sudden lays down and boom, I'm dead now. It's strange, but yeah, I do still love his character when he is alive. Yeah, he does a lot of amazing things. He's been training Jedi for over 800 years. The guy knows what he's doing. He's a perfect person to go to if you needed help or needed training. He's a Jedi through and through. He's just brilliant, isn't he? Another thing about Yoda that kind of sets him back slightly is what they did within the prequels. Didn't really like that. Didn't like the CGI Yoda. I didn't like him always just being sat down on his throne, and I didn't like his lightsaber battle. Some people love it, some people hate it. I don't really like it. I think Yoda's best kind of just chilling in the back, being the wise guy, not flinging about, jumping, doing random spins in lightsaber battles. I didn't think that suited his character for me, but nevertheless, Yoda is an unbelievably good character, very memorable. Everything about him is great, and yeah, he's number 10. Number 9 is R2-D2, an iconic droid, and him and C-3PO, the two main characters we actually see from the start of Star Wars. They're the first two, I guess, things you see on the screen before you see any of the main characters, and their connection instantly you knew was going to be good from the first 10 minutes they were on the screen. And their connection throughout the whole saga, they're in all 9 movies, those two, and they are brilliant. You know, they add comedic relief in very serious moments, which is great. You know, when they're scuttering across the halls, getting shot at by shot at by lasers. It's great, it's funny. They add so many moments, and without R2, seriously, our characters would be screwed. He saved them so many times. I'll just, you know, for example, when the Ewoks caught them in the Return of the Jedi, he gets his little saw out and slices them open. He's always full of surprises, the guy. He always has something up his sleeve to help them. He does everything, he really does. He does a lot for our main characters. Even in The Rise of Skywalker, I know it's not the best film, it's probably the worst Star Wars film, but he helps C-3PO get his memories back. Another amazing little thing R2-D2 did there. And what else has he done? In Attack of the Clones, he also helps put C-3PO back together, and he also even helps, in A New Hope, helps our characters from the trash compactor as well. The guy does the business. He saves people all the time, and without him, Star Wars would be a very different place, for the worse as well. He makes such a difference. You know, he doesn't really have much dialogue, but through context you understand kind of what he means and what's going on. His connection with his masters, his loyalty to his masters, and his friendship he builds with Luke, and he's pivotal into saving Princess Leia with his memory. The guy is a beast. He really is. He's awesome. So yeah, he's number 9 on my list. Number 8 is ObiWan Kenobi. Some people would, well, quite a lot of people would rank him higher, but I just love the characters ahead of him more. But this character's brilliant. The actors they've chose to portray this character is great. Alec Guinness, he did brilliant in the original, in A New Hope, and Ewan McGregor came in for the prequels, another great piece of casting there. Them two are great actors and they really smashed this role so well. I do love him in the original trilogy. He's wise, he's really the reason why this is all come to fruition. You know, he's a great mentor for Luke, teaching him the ways of the Force and where he should go to learn from the best, Yoda, and he just helps to guide Luke into becoming the perfect Jedi. He's such a good character, and even when he does die, spoiler alert, I'm sure you've all watched Star Wars by now if you're watching this video, even in death he comes back to help Luke. You know, he's always there, and Luke can always hear him, and he's telling him, you know, what some advice and everything. He just helps him, he guides him through so many things. He's so pivotal in the original trilogy, and he's also so pivotal in the prequel trilogy. He's great in that. He's much younger, more naive, and he's really just been trained to become a Jedi, and now it's his turn to teach someone else. That person being Anakin Skywalker. Didn't go very well for him. You know, I guess he mentored him to become a good Jedi, but he couldn't sway him away from the dark side, which led to some incredible moments between them two, Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. Those two, Jesus Christ, they're responsible for the best lightsaber battle, in my opinion, in Star Wars, in the Revenge of the Sith. It is relentless, it's a constant, it's just perfect Star Wars. I love that Star Wars battle and the ending and how it wraps up. It's brilliant, and Obi-Wan is just pivotal to everything Star Wars. Pivotal to Anakin Skywalker as a character. You know, he's pivotal to helping Luke Skywalker become a Jedi. He's pivotal to so many things, and he's the true definition of a Jedi. He's absolutely pivotal to the Star Wars franchise, so many different ways. He's loyal, he's very likable, he's a great mentor, he's got everything going for him. You know, he really helps our characters do, and he just does everything well, doesn't he? He's a true Jedi, he's a brilliant character, and the Star Wars simply would not be the same without ObiWan Kenobi. Number 7 is everyone's favourite Wookiee, Chewbacca. What a character he is. The co-pilot of the Millennium Falcon, Han Solo's right-hand man. He is brilliant in this. He also has one of the best weapons in Star Wars, the bowcaster. What a weapon. And it just so happens he's amazing with it. He's blowing stormtroopers out of the water with the thing. It's brilliant to see. I absolutely love his character. Doesn't need dialogue, all through context, done so well. And it's great to see all these characters not always just speak perfect English, because they're from a galaxy where they're all coming from different planets. Of course they're not going to speak the same, which is another thing I love about Star Wars. But he's so loyal. His rapport with Han Solo is brilliant. Their dialogue together is brilliant. They've got so many funny moments. You know, Han Solo really loves Chewie, and Chewie really loves him, and their loyalty is just so deep. And what I love about Chewie as well is the guy can go off the handle any moment. He can just lose his mind, and when he loses his mind, shit's going down. You know, he's very friendly a lot of the time, but if someone gets on the wrong side of this guy, or you get him angry, he's basically unstoppable. He'll grab you, he'll choke you, he'll pick you up, he'll fire at will. He'll do anything, and that's what I love about him too. He's unpredictable. But what's great about him is always on our hero's side. He never does anything to dislike the guy. Never makes really any mistakes. He doesn't really do anything wrong. He's brilliant. Even in the sequel trilogy he's good, which is mad, because the sequel trilogy isn't the best. I think we all know that. But Chewie is an amazing character, and I just absolutely love his addition. I think it would not be the same without him. His Wookiee noise is iconic. His gun, the bowcaster, is iconic. He is iconic. I absolutely love him. Laugh it up, fuzzball. Laugh it up. You are number 7 on my list. Number 6 is C-3PO. He can be a very annoying droid, but for me he's annoying in a good way. I absolutely love his comedic elements in the film, his little one-liners he brings out, and I just love the guy. I love C-3PO. He's so funny to me when he whaps out his one-liners, tells Han Solo and everyone the probability of something going wrong, you know, bragging about how he can speak over thousands and thousands of languages. The guy is brilliant, and he's actually pivotal to a lot of great moments in Star Wars. You know, I just think him and R2 are just perfect together. You know, R2 wouldn't even be in Star Wars if it wasn't for C-3PO convincing Luke to actually bring him home too. But yeah, C-3PO is just brilliant in it. I just love his character so much. He's clumsy, he's silly, he does stuff wrong all the time. He'll get blown to smithereens somehow. He'll clumsily walk across a hall, getting shot at by lasers, all fine. He'll get captured. He's very like hit and miss. You don't know what's going to happen with this guy, which I love. He's not just a typical hero getting everything right all the time. He's great. He really is, and he adds so much to Star Wars for me. I just think he's the funniest character. He just always adds some sort of comedic relief in the very intense moments, you know, and then this intense space battle, and he'll just whap out one-liner that's really funny and kind of bit of comic relief there. That's what I love about both them droids, R2 and C-3PO. They're both great, and C-3PO is responsible for many great moments. When the Ewoks just start worshipping him, I love that moment for some reason. It's just so fitting that they all worship, of all people, C-3PO, and I just love everything about the character, I really do. Basically, C-3PO is the annoying character, the silly character, the everything you'd think would be very annoying character, but it's done so well that it's still annoying, but not annoying enough for you to actually dislike the guy. It's balanced perfectly. He's a great addition to Star Wars, and I love C-3PO, and that's why he's number 6 on my list. Number 5 is Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren is an epic character. By far the best character from the sequel trilogy. The only real character to come out of the sequel trilogy I thought was even worth being there, really. He's a perfect villain, and what I love about Kylo Ren is he takes his mask off a lot, and you can see his pain, his conflict, the anger, the sadness in his eyes and his facial expressions, and it's performed masterfully by one of the best actors working today, Adam Driver. He smashes this character so far out of the park. He's so good. What I love about Kylo Ren is he's evil. He does some bad stuff, but the conflict in him is there. He's a villain, and he's not just a villain for the sake of being a villain. Oh, I'm evil, I'll just destroy everything and I'll never be turned, I'm evil. He's not like that. He has conflict in him. You know, he doesn't want to do it, but does it anyway. You know, he feels very controlled, and it's great to see his character. His character arc in the sequels is my favourite character arc. My favourite moment about the whole sequel trilogy. Kylo Ren is the sequel trilogy for me. He's the best by far, and yeah, his character arc's brilliant as well. And I love what they did with his storyline. He's so unpredictable. He can fly off the handle completely. He's got a very short temper. He'll just snap at something. But then he's also got a very gentle side to him as well. That doesn't really come out until The Rise of Skywalker, but he's always got something. You know, and even when he does put on his mask, his voice in his mask is amazing. His outfit is amazing. His lightsaber is one of the best lightsabers in Star Wars for me. And the guy is epic. He really is. I think he's by far the best sequels, and I'd love to see more of Adam Driver as Kylo Ren. That character shouldn't have had such a bad ending with the sequel trilogy. They ruined it, but he should have a spin-off series on Disney Plus, or he should have maybe they bring out another sequel trilogy to replace the one that they brought out, which isn't very good. But I want to see more of Kylo Ren, which is great as well. I want to see more of that character. He's epic, he's great, and Star Wars, something with Star Wars and villains that just works so well, because he is a very good villain. His main trait that's bad would be he's too power hungry. You know, even when he has it there and he's kind of teaming up with Rey, he still wants to take over the universe, he still wants to be at the very top of the food chain. He's very power hungry, and that's kind of his letdown, I guess. But yeah, what a character Kylo Ren is. I think everyone can agree he's the best to come out of the sequel trilogy. Number 4 for me is Princess Leia, the only woman in the galaxy, particularly in the first original trilogy. And God, she hold that mantle high. She's a badass in this. You know, you think, oh, she might be a bit of a damsel in distress here at the start of A New Hope. You think, oh, she's just asking for help, or when she gets saved, will she just have to get carried out? That's not the case. She is out there, willing to fight, beats the shit out of all the stormtroopers. She's amazing. Such an amazing character. I love Princess Leia. What I got so much as well is she's a perfect person to have on your side. She's smart. She always thinks outside the box. She always has the correct idea or plan or something. She's the perfect person to listen to. She's got a level head. She's brilliant at getting our characters out of sticky situations. And her relationship with Han Solo is epic. You know, their connection, their chemistry really worked. At first, you know, they're a bit cocky with each other and they don't like each other, but then it progresses into quite a great love story between them two. And I love that as well. And what I love about, she always just surprises me. You know, I didn't expect her to be so badass, you know, choking out Jabba the Hutt. Epic moment from her, and finding out she's Luke's bloody sister is incredible when you watch it for the first time. It's something you just don't expect, which made that kiss very awkward between them two. But she's an amazing character. She's got basically all the good traits. She doesn't do anything wrong. And one thing that she's the best at is she's just a great leader. She can command people. She's always great with her decision making. Her last moment with Han in The Force Awakens was just beautiful, amazing. Carrie Fisher just was perfect for this role. She smashed it so much. She was so good as this character, Princess Leia, and yeah, it was just an amazing performance from her, amazing character, and it simply would not be the same without her in it. She's brilliant. And another thing, she's nice to everyone. You know, which is weird. Like all the creatures or droids or something, she gets on with them straight away, instant connection. Like the Ewok, for example, comes over, is a bit timid, but she's there to be nice, and she's nice to anyone who's not evil, basically. If you're evil, God, you're gonna die instantly. But if you're nice, give her time of day, she'll give it back to you. She's nice, she's friendly, she's loving. She's basically everything great about a hero. She's got all those traits. She's a brilliant character. Han Solo is number 3 on my list. Reason being, because he's fucking amazing. We already know this, but I'm going to tell you why. It's performed by Harrison Ford. Probably the best performance from the original trilogy. His performance as Han Solo is brilliant, and his career since then just took off, which proved how good of an actor he was. He was just consistently in great things after that. He smashes it as Han Solo. Great performance from him. And he starts off as a very arrogant, unloyal, just a smuggler, really, not really, no friend, no loyalty to anyone or anything like that, you know. But his arc becomes brilliant, you know, like in A New Hope, when he does start off as quite selfish, you know, he gets his money as, that's me done, you know, that's me done. But he's built these friendships up with Luke and the droids and Princess Leia, and there's connections there, and he comes back in A New Hope to help Luke destroy the Death Star, and that is one of the most epic moments in Star Wars for me. I absolutely love that moment when he comes back to help him. He's got so many memorable lines. The classic "I know" line to Princess Leia, which is just epic. You know, the "laugh it up fuzzball" line, "never tell me the odds" line. He is epic. So many iconic moments come from this guy. I also love his fearlessness. You know, he saw Darth Vader, didn't even quiver, just gets his gun, boom, 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 tries to kill him. Mad. He's fearless, he really is. He's funny, adds a lot of comedic relief and elements to this. He's a very funny character with a funny attitude, and his connection with Princess Leia again is brilliant. And he's really got everything you want. You know, at the start he has a shaky start, but then from A New Hope onwards, from the end of New Hope onwards, he's just like the most loyal person, the one person you'd want on your team. He's that loyal. His rapport with Chewie, amazing. Their connection is so endearing. I love them two as a duo. The pilot of the Millennium Falcon, I mean, what else can really be said about this guy that's not already been said? He is epic. He's an amazing character, an amazing addition, you know, and he'll do anything for Luke, you know. He even saves Luke at the start of The Empire Strikes Back. He's got a lot of traits about him that are great. I think he's just a brilliant character, he really is, and Star Wars would not be the same without him. I've said that about every character, but it's true. It's very, very true. And when he comes back in The Force Awakens, which was great to see him come back with Chewie, you know, he has a great emotional, compassionate ending to his character, you know. In the original, he's very jokey, and he didn't really show too much compassion to anyone. But in this Force Awakens, he's older, wiser, and he shows a lot of compassion to his son, Kylo Ren. And it was a great ending for his character. I thought they ended his character very, very well, and he's not been in a bad film. You know, take away the Rise of Skywalker because he wasn't technically in that. In my opinion, I just cancel that movie from everything really. But in Force Awakens, the original trilogy, the guy was brilliant. He basically had a flawless run as Han Solo, did Harrison Ford, and Han Solo's character didn't really do anything. They didn't really have a bad moment. Everything was perfect with his character. I loved it. Han Solo is definitely a worthy number 3 on my list. Number 2 is Anakin Skywalker, also known as Darth Vader. One of the best villains ever put to film. He's got everything going for him. You know, he's evil, he's powerful, he's got a great costume, he's got a great backstory, great development, and a great character arc. They all come together and just make this film and his character worth seeing alone. He's got everything. In the prequels, he's performed by Hayden Christensen. All the hate that guy got, I think he was a good Anakin Skywalker. I thought he did a great job. The script let him down a little bit at times, but particularly in the Revenge of the Sith, where he really starts turning, and what happens to him at the end of Revenge of the Sith, and how he became Darth Vader was so intriguing and epic. You know, it's incredible to see. And he was great in the prequels for me. I thought it was great, but it cannot be topped what he did in the original trilogy. In A New Hope, he was good. In Empire Strikes Back, that's where he was. That's when he was at his very, very top of his game. The Empire Strikes Back is one of the best Star Wars films ever made, and that's solely because Darth Vader is amazing. You know, if someone gets on the wrong side of him, he's just going to choke the shit out of you. No matter where you are, you could be the other end of the galaxy, he'll choke you out. The guy's that amazing. And the one thing about a difference between him and Kylo Ren is you don't really see his face. You can't see the conflict in him at certain points. He just pans to his helmet and he's going like this. And that's one slight setback I have with Darth Vader, but it's not enough for him to not be number 2 on this list. He's brilliant. I love his relationship with Luke. You know, it starts off very strange. You know, he cuts off his own hand, cuts off Luke's hand in the end of Empire Strikes Back before telling him that iconic line, the most iconic line in not just Star Wars, probably in film history, that I am your father moment. It's just brilliant. Him in Empire Strikes Back, it's just epic, man. He's so good. And then he finally decides to turn when he sees his son like struggling, Palpatine being a prick as always, and Darth Vader saves the day at the end, which is great to see. He's turned, you know, and if anything's going to turn you, it's going to be his son or dying in front of you, I'm sure. You know, it's great to see him like finally redeem himself, because the whole of Star Wars really is just a tragedy of Darth Vader. The whole prequels was, then the original was just him being he was conflicted there, and his son hated him and everything, and it was a very tragic moment for him. And you know, he even dies at the end. It was a tragic life for Darth Vader. It could have gone so well for him, but he didn't. He chose the dark side, but he redeems himself. That's the most important thing. That's the best thing about a villain. Villains, like Palpatine for example, he's never going to be turned. He's just evil. You know, you've got to kill him all. I like villains who could possibly be swayed. Villains that have got good in them, but they're doing bad things. I like that storyline to villains. That's like Kylo Ren was as well, and that's why I think Star Wars smash villains so well. I just think they're brilliant. They really are. In the original trilogy, he's only in it for about 12 minutes altogether out of the whole trilogy, which just shows you how amazing he was in those 12 minutes, because he's such an iconic character who will be remembered forever. He's really got everything going for him. Iconic moments, iconic lines, iconic costume, iconic lightsaber, iconic. Darth Vader is one of the best villains ever put to film, and the only reason why he's not number 1 is because our number 1 is just untoppable. But for me, no movie, no sequels, no trilogies, nothing is good without a great villain, and he is a great villain, and he makes Star Wars what it is. He really does. He's amazing, and he's number 2 on my list. Number 1 for me is Luke Skywalker. Who else? This is one of the best heroes ever put to film. He is amazing. I'm gonna ignore the sequel trilogies here because people say it did destroy his character, and I agree with that. The way they ruined Luke Skywalker in the sequel trilogy, that's the most unforgivable thing for me. They really just destroyed his character. Yeah, he saves the day at the end of The Last Jedi, but I mean, that doesn't redeem it in any way. He's just, in the sequels, people would actually rank Luke Skywalker lower now because of what they did with him in the sequels. I'm ignoring those. I don't even really consider them Star Wars films, if I'm being honest with you. Included in the Skywalker saga, that's at least. I think some of them, like The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, are good alone. Star Wars films on their own. But that trilogy is just a mess. It's terrible. So we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why Luke Skywalker is the best hero ever put to film. In the originals, God, in the originals, starts off a bit bratty. You know, and you're thinking, God, is this the main character? I don't know if I'm going to like this guy, but my God, does it only get better from there. The guy's got everything going for him. He's the perfect hero. He's powerful, he's badass, he'll beat anyone up, he's great, but he's also got an amazing human element to him, which is something that's so great to see. He builds great friendships with people, he's great with communications with people, builds great relationships. He's very human, you know. It's like feels like one of us, you know. He's not just some powerful guy who's a Jedi who's going to kill everyone and he's going to save the day. He's just got this one mission. He's also very loving and human, and that's what I love about his character. That balance between them is great. He also doesn't feel overpowered, you know. His progression into becoming a Jedi is good, it's justified. Not like Rey in the sequel. Sorry for bringing it up again, but God, she's just overpowered. Straight off the bat, boom, here I am, I'm the most powerful person in the world, you know, and she just destroys everyone in one hit. She's just ridiculously overpowered. Luke Skywalker's progression is very brilliant. Starts off, you know, like he's just learning, and then he learns more on The Empire Strikes Back. He's kind of ready at The Empire Strikes Back, but isn't. Then Return of the Jedi comes in, and he's a badass in that. He's full-on Jedi at that point. But, yeah, his progression is very natural and great. Everything about his character is natural. Everything. And as well as being an amazingly natural, likeable character, he's a complete badass who'll beat anyone up. He's got everything going for him, he really does. And I also love that he doesn't always win. He goes through adversity, he has tough, difficult moments, but he overcomes them, he learns from his mistakes, he comes back stronger. No setback is a setback for this guy. He gets set back, comes back, gets set back again, comes back again. He never gives up. He's literally the perfect hero. The guy is pivotal to destroying the Death Star, pivotal for saving the Resistance in The Last Jedi. Sorry for bringing it up again. He's pivotal to everything Star Wars. He's pivotal. He's the perfect hero. Star Wars, especially in the original, they smashed what a perfect hero and what a perfect villain should be. And when you get that right, you're ready to make a world-class film. If you get the hero just right, and you get the villain just right, you're in for it then. And they did in this original trilogy. This hero and the villain were absolutely perfect. They couldn't have done them any better, they really couldn't. They were perfect. And that's what makes it so good, you know. And it would obviously not be the same without Luke Skywalker. Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, you couldn't see anyone ever performing that character as well as him. You just can't. It's one of those that he is Luke Skywalker. No one can ever replace him in future movies. You should never do that, and it should always just stay with Mark Hamill. He is Luke Skywalker. Don't replace him with anyone, please. And I just hope they bring out another sequel trilogy so we can have a Luke Skywalker that everyone wanted to see. You know, the Luke Skywalker from the originals. That's what we wanted. We didn't want some pussy Luke Skywalker and making terrible decisions, you know, in the sequels. But in the original, my God, is he good, and he's worthy of being number one from those sequels alone. Not the sequels, fuck the sequels, the originals alone. He is everything I love about Star Wars, and he is my number one favourite Star Wars character of all time. Guys, please let me know your rankings down below. I love to watch and look at your rankings and reply to them and whatever. I just love to see other people's opinions. I know my opinion might not be what you agree with, but that's the beauty of having an opinion. Everyone's is different. But guys, anyway, this has been the Movie Matthew channel, and if you have enjoyed, please like, please subscribe, He helps out the channel a lot, and he helps motivate me to keep bringing out content. But yeah, guys, this is it. Movie Matthew channel. Like, subscribe, do whatever you want. I will see you next week on my next video.